When you're talking about the insurance industry, obviously you've got people who are covered and who can afford insurance, but there is a very large sector in South Africa who are uninsured. And taking insurance to this market is sometimes can be challenging, but it is something that insurers need to address and they need to have open and honest conversations about. I'm joined by Motseki Majake, who is the General Manager of Life and Funeral Insurance at Constantia, and he's very passionate about this topic.
Yeah.
Motseki, thank you very much for joining us.
And thank you, Jonathan. Yeah, this is one area of insurance which I have a huge passion for. I've tried many avenues to try to get to the uninsured. We tried stock fails, we've tried spaza shops, ShopRite, Checkers, you name it. And then I think we as insurers have to find a way to distribute products, but also to be able to collect the premiums and make sure that the risk for those uninsured is managed well.
I think it comes down to what you were talking about, the risk. And insurers are saying, right, fine, we have to insure this market, but there's a lot of risk that the insurers have to take on when doing this. What are some of the risks that insurers face when looking at the mass market and taking insurance to that market?
Yeah, I think there's two of them for me, Jonathan. I mean, I was watching now, attended a session on risk management, and it looked like NAMPEC or one of these big organizations didn't realize the risk around their neighborhood. I think there was a squatter camp, what looked like a squatter camp, and the fire actually started on the outside and it burned the whole area. So you'll find that from a risk management point of view, from short term, the company didn't realize the risk outside their organization. On the life side, we also have similar challenges with now. Sometimes we don't have the data. We don't know what is the let me use the word, the sickness or health of the insured. And what tends to happen is in this market is that we just get high claims, and then it becomes unsustainable for those who want to manage their own risk.
Let's talk about the role of the broker or the role of the advisor in this sense. They obviously play a very big role in taking it, because at the end of the day, consumers buy insurance from who they trust. They see a face and they put a face to insurance, they humanize it. So what role does the advisor play in this sense?
I think a very huge, especially if you look at some of the people who have like 8, 9, 10 funeral policies. And you find that in their mind they're trying to manage their risk. But in actual fact, they could reduce the number of policies they take and take something which manages the actual risk. So, and then I think, I mean, a lot of people say that funerals in the black communities the funeral cost is high, which is correct. But what you might find out is that some of the money is not used for funeral related. So you might find that a 30,000 or 40,000 rand funeral is still affordable. But what about the kids? What about? There are other risk mitigators which should not necessarily be put in on a funeral cover to help these people who are taking 1,000 or 2,000 rands worth of funeral insurance.
Finally, let's maybe then focus on something, a very simple question. If you could control this, and if you could take the life insurance to the mass market tomorrow, how would you do it? What are maybe 2 or 3 simple steps that you could do?
I think I think for simple insurance, I think direct model will work. So if it's simple, tick, 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 I need a funeral cover for 10,000 rands, that's one. But there's also, I mean, we know that we as Constantia are entering into primary healthcare and healthcare space where brokers and distributors are quite important. So this is where we think advice is key. I mean, you know that with our partnership with Ambledown and Unity, we're taking primary healthcare quite aggressively.
Yes.
And we need brokers, we need distributors, we need partners to be able to advise those consumers around the importance of primary healthcare. And this is on an advice basis. And I think we are pushing on the two, but we are finding that balance quite difficult, but we'll resolve it over time.
Motseki, thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much, Jonathan.
Thank you.